Welcome back everybody, this is Niclas Huschenbeth with the 4,000 subscribers special, second part you could say. I will probably always take a break after about 30-40 minutes just for me to check if everything's working fine. And then also when I'm going to be uploading all of these videos to YouTube, I don't want the videos to be 1.5 hours long, obviously this would be just too long. So this was my last game and we'll continue with accepting challenges, and I hope it will be running more smoothly now. What about playing a bullet game? Let's try this out. Let's see if this is any good. And I put my computer on the highest performance now possible, so I hope this will make a change and it will be more smoothly. By the way, if you hear the sound in the background, it's just a fan going on to keep me warm here. It's snowing outside right now in Baltimore, so I'm not freezing to death here. I need the fan. Alright. This looks like this guy just, yeah, his name consists of the upper level of the keyboard from left to right. Very creative. 2015. Well, but it seems like he's not ready, he's not there. QuestingBeast. So I'll go to the next game. There's so many people waiting, so sorry to QuestingBeast. I'll go to the next game. Can't win them all, that's true. And here we have, I said we'll do one bullet game, so I'll stick with that and play against Chrisl. And let's see if Chrisl's up for the challenge. I don't play a lot of bullet because it's just, you don't get a lot out of it. It's just mostly about the time. I see how it can be fun. It's thrilling, there's a lot of adrenaline because you have to be so fast. But chess-wise, you don't get a lot out of it. So, oh, look at that, it's a Paule variation. Very sharp stuff, very sharp indeed. Did I miss up? No, bishop c5. I gotta make a move, king h1. Gotta make a move. Let's see what's going on here. Knight e5, take this one, take this one. I'll just grab material here and there. And I can't think for too long because obviously we're playing a bullet game. Okay. Okay, I was thinking queen takes d7, but king takes d7 unfortunately is working. Still, I have all my pieces in the attack, so I'm pretty confident something will possibly... Oh, look at that, he blunders his queen. That's good for me. And now just crush through with all my pieces. Check, 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 take the rook. Yeah, unfortunately still it's not running smoothly, so I guess there's not a lot I can do. So we'll go to next game and play against Schachfreak, which is German and says chess freak, in case you were wondering what that means. Okay. Chess Freak 1999, I guess this is his year of birth. So let's see what he comes up with. Okay, waiting for a few moments for Schachfreak, and there he is. Let's go. He wishes me good luck, same to him. I'll just write it real quick. I'm polite. Okay, bishop g5, that's a Trompovsky. I play c5, that's quite an ambitious try. And maybe not too well known. So I hope I can maybe surprise him with this move a little bit. Bishop takes f6, the main move. d5 is another move. Knight c3 is another move. White indeed has a lot of options here, but it leads to quite unbalanced positions, and this is what I'm hoping for. He says, out of book. Well, that's what I like to hear. All right, let's see what he comes up with here. d5, we place the main line. Queen b6 now. Now white has to defend the pawn on b2. Queen c1 is usually the move. f5. And now c4. And if I'm not mistaken, queen bishop h6 is possible here. And now let's see, how did it go? I don't think, is f4 here the move? I'm not quite sure. I don't want to risk anything, so I'll play d6. Maybe f4 is the move, but there are some crazy lines. There are some crazy lines, and I don't know if I want to go for them. Okay. I'll play knight d7, sacrificing this pawn, but he doesn't want it. And I feel a little bit playing like freestyle, knight e5. Let's see what happens here. It looks interesting. Play e4 now in the next move. Quite an unusual pawn structure. Knight c3. Okay, I'll play e4. Very interesting, but I have a beautiful bishop on the long diagonal, so I quite like my position at this point. Not quite sure where I'm going to place my king. Probably I should castle king side. Rook b1. Looks like he wants to go for something like a3 and b4. Okay, I'll castle. Don't have to worry about that yet. f3. I see. He wants to bother me. I'll bring my queen over. Queen looks right on g6. Now he takes an e4, but this allows me to bring in my next pawn to f5, so I'm quite happy to see that. And I'll do that right here. This rook is not really an issue. Can easily be attacked with bishop e5 or bishop h6. Bishop h6 makes even more sense now because the pawn on e3 is not attacked anymore, and not protected anymore, I should say. Plays bishop h5 intermediate, but doesn't change the situation still. If the rook moves, the pawn on e3 is hanging, so I expect him to sacrifice the exchange here. And maybe play knight e2. This looks reasonable, knight e2. d6, okay. Now I really want this pawn on e3, you can tell. I don't even take on f4, I just want this pawn on e3 because then I can place my bishop on d4 and it looks like it's just a monster there. So now he has to move the rook, otherwise he's down a rook, so no choice. And maybe I can also go for an attack now with rook g8, pointing against g2. He gives the rook, just like that. Alright, that's crazy. This is crazy. You know what, I'll just grab the other rook too on b1. What's going on? Okay. Alright, that's it. Alright. Yeah, very interesting game. I think I've never had such a pawn structure with two double pawns right next to each other. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if f takes e4 was necessary here. Maybe white could go for f4, and I don't think the position is too bad for white. It should be maybe about balance, actually. Very, very interesting. Okay, next game. Okay, I'll play against a strong opponent now at Bredo, so I really have to give everything I can. He's 2400, and with my little lag and commenting at the same time, this will be quite a challenge. So let's see what's going on. Again, okay, this time I'm going for another line. Bishop e2. This is also interesting. Okay, he plays super fast. What the heck is going on? Queen g5 is the move as far as I know. I actually had a tournament game recently, just a couple months ago, or 1.5 months ago in fact. I played king b1, it was not a good idea. Queen g5 is the move which needs to be played here. Now if he exchanges, I just have a pleasant endgame here. I just have a pleasant endgame, knight d5. And this endgame is a little bit better for me, because knight's pawn on g5, and I can maybe create some pressure on the h file. Oh, this runs into bishop g4. Okay. And now f4 looks very natural to take away the square on e5. And clearly my idea is to double on the h file. Why not? Knight e4, is this a problem? Maybe. So bishop f3. Prophylactic thinking can be important at times. Not allowing knight e4 here. Knight a6, what is he up to? I mean, that's easy to prevent him from playing. Okay, now I can play rook h4. And rook h1 is a threat, and he has to deal with that. Well, okay, he can always play rook h8, but obviously this is not his dream move to play, so at least I can pin him down there. Okay, now rook h1, forcing rook h8, and then I play king c2, take away the squares for the knight. Now I can see if I maybe can slowly somehow improve my position, while he is he's tied down a little bit here. Maybe b3. B3, why not? Actually, I'm not sure about this move, because... Okay, king b2. And not so easy to make progress here. I can play my rooks back. Knight b6. Yeah, I think I have to defend a little bit. It's a little bit unpleasant now. Okay, rook d1. I think I might need to go for maybe I have rook c8, bishop g4 is maybe a good move. Okay, can go for that. I need to play b4. Everything else looks not great. So now I give him the square on c4. But this is not the end of the world. Rook h2. It looks like I still have everything protected. So, and if knight f5, g4 is actually winning the knight. So he goes back, and I think it's time for my rooks to come over here and see what's going on here. Now he plays h6. That's probably smart. Okay, I need to take... Do I need to take? Maybe I don't. Maybe I'll just play my rook back. Because if I take, he would enter through the... Oh, this is unpleasant. Yeah, I've misplayed it. To be honest, I'm fighting for a draw now. I've misplayed it somewhere. But still not too bad. Knight c4. e4, knight d2, knight b6. Yeah, but now that's fine again for me. C4. Now I've got C4 in, and that's okay for me again. Okay. He brings through. Okay. Yeah, that's probably about equal, but time is running down. Oh, he's going to win this pawn. That's no good. Oh, good move, good move. Well done. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll just lose that based on the fact that I'm just too slow with this lag going on. So it's quite unfortunate. I'll probably lose a good amount of games because of that. Oh. Yeah. All right, well done. Aprido, interesting game. I'm just battling with this fact that I'm lagging a little bit. You can take this as an excuse or not, but it's really bothering me. So I had the better endgame, there's no doubt about that. I wonder where I played wrong. I think up until here it should be absolutely fine. Maybe b3. I shouldn't play b3 because just loosening up my pawns on the queen side, and I don't think that's a good idea. Maybe king d3. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what would be the standard plan here to proceed. I could always play somewhere rook e1, and well, I could always force a repetition here, play rook h1 back, but obviously I want to go for more. Yeah, maybe not so easy to break through here or to do something, and in a blitz game everything can happen, obviously. So let's go to the next game. I've played against this combulated already in the past subscriber special, so I won't play against him again. And I play against Dylan Medilla. Okay, I'm checking it, the chat right now while we're waiting for first move of Dylan Medilla. But if we have to wait for too long, unfortunately, I have to abort and go to the next challenge because, like I said before, there are plenty of them out there, and I don't want to waste too much time. Alright, unfortunately Dylan, I have to abort and go to the next game. Stillwater, I like the name, so I'll play against him. Stillwater. Maybe it will be soon time to try something else than e4. Maybe I play d4, knight f3. But e4 is my main weapon. I've played e4 all my life. And it's just the move I have the most experience with. And the most knowledge, obviously. So let's see if Stillwater is here from Syria. Unfortunately, otherwise. I mean, I don't want to keep you guys waiting while you're watching, so if he's not there, I have to go to the next one again. This is why I set up this live stream, because I want people to, well, obviously notice when I'm playing against them. So this is what I can only recommend to all of you who are watching right now. If you have challenged me, just, if you maybe even do something else, but if I say your name, then you know it's your turn, and then you can switch back to chess 24. So have to abort this one as well. So I just choose from the top now because the top offers I get are the most recent ones, obviously. So this increases the likelihood that I will play against somebody who is attentive and is there and ready to play. Steffentischtennisass. That means he's saying he's a good player in table tennis. I'll play the King's Gambit, but he doesn't accept it. How unfortunate is that? He plays d6, quite a quiet move. Bishop g4. I don't know much about this stuff. I'll just bring my pieces out and see what's going on. Knight f6, bishop c4. That's what I like about King's Gambit. You just get unique positions right from the beginning. And now I'll just attack this bishop. So he has to take, and I enjoy my bishop pair. I won't give up my bishop here. Bishop goes back, b3. And maybe f5, g4, g5. That would be one option. The other option is to take on e5 and put on some pressure on the f file. He plays c5. This is, of course, weakening the light squares. Yeah. Okay, I'll stick with this plan, f5 and followed by g4, g5. He might play c4 at some point, but we'll see. We'll get to that when he does. So now I'll just run my pawns up the board. Knight h7, queen g3, and he... oh, g5. Holy mother. I just take. This looks like suicide to me. I don't think he can now defend this position. He could try king g7, but he's already giving up a pawn, and it's not only any pawn, it's the pawn in front of his king. So crucial pawn, obviously. So I put my pawn on f6, and now I just have to bring the queen to h6 more or less, and it's going to be all over. So let's see if I can do a queen d7. And maybe I have to be a little bit cautious, because still my king obviously is also a little bit exposed, you can say. So I have to be precise about it, but there's no doubt that his position is beyond repair, and he realizes it as well and gives up not only a piece but even more than that, because I'll enter here on f7 and we'll be all over. Rook takes f7 would still allow c4, so I take with the bishop. If there wasn't c4, I would have probably played rook takes f7, but now I'll just grab the rook here and I'm up a rook. Okay, how do we go about this? Rook f1, and maybe bring the knight over. This looks tempting. Knight g3, knight f5, and then pretty sure my extra rook will tell at some point. Okay, now it's even more than an extra rook. g5, and I'll just, well, maybe I can even mate with my two rooks. I can try, at least. I can try. Oh, there you go. All right. So I think, okay. So I think at this point now my intentions were clear after f5, that I was going to push my pawns here. Maybe he should try something like rook c8, then c4. But still, I mean, there's no doubt I play g5. Maybe g4, h6, h4. Maybe you can hope for something like that. This would be maybe an option. But I believe his position is already difficult at this point, and the mistake can be found in the opening. Alright, I play against AllStar. I'm really hesitating right now to play against strong players, because the last two I've lost pretty much based on the fact, well, partly due to the fact that I was lagging and then I wasn't fast enough. So we'll see how this one goes. But I don't want to play only against weaker rated players just because of that. So I also want to give you guys some entertaining chess here, playing against strong players. So we'll see how this one goes. This is the Gurgenidze system, which is fairly solid for black. And we might have played this position before. Yeah, I think we've played this. I played against him before, and I played knight d5 here. We played exactly that before. It looks like that's what's going on here. Played knight d5 the last time. I want to play it again. But now he's already familiar with that. Maybe he has even prepared, who knows. But still, I think I have a little edge here. I think I do with my space advantage. If he plays b5, I can just take the pawn, I guess. And maybe push a5 or maybe take again. That's the question then. Maybe I can even take twice and then place a rook on c6, sacrifice an exchange if he attacks the pawn with rook b8. He plays rook b8 first. Oh no, not b4 because this one's hanging. Gotta make a move. Rook f1. Can't be wrong. Oh, I haven't played you before. That's funny because I had the exact same line against somebody else. The exact same thing, except for the other player played bishop takes d5. So you can see he's listening on the live stream right now. I hope he doesn't hear my ideas. I think there's a little transition. It's not quite accurate, and maybe it's even distracting to him. So there's a disadvantage to listening to my commentary as well. He plays calmly here. So I'll just also play a quiet move, g3. Yeah, play h4. Don't quite know yet how I will go about improving my position. a5 is an option, but he might play b5, then I don't like that. And if I take, my pawn on b3 is weak. So now it brings the king. Maybe I'll play bishop e3. This looks interesting. If he plays b5, still I can take and play a5. And otherwise I can maybe put my bishop on b6. He plays b6 now. Okay. I'll play bishop d3. He can close everything down with a5 if he wants to. I mean, that's his choice. But still, I do have the option to some point make a break with b4. Bishop b2. Guess he's bringing this bishop to this diagonal. I don't know if that's a good idea, because now I have this move and then bishop g5. Oh no, no. I played a pre-move where I shouldn't have played a pre-move. I could have just taken on e7. But now he's keeping his pawns. This is such a bummer. Oh, in fact, I can still take here. Oh, okay. I'm relieved. I can still take, and his position pretty much collapses. My rook is entering on the 7th rank, and he's having huge problems here. Okay, it looks like this is a desperate try to create counterplay. Okay, take once. And rook, I'll try to bring the next rook to the 5. I could also take on g5. A lot of options here. I do have a lot of options, and that's a little bit of a problem. Because my position is really good at this point. I now exchange one pair of rooks, won another pawn. But my time, I'm up on the clock, but as you guys know, okay, king f3. Okay, I gotta defend a little bit here. I want to play active somehow. I want to play active. Okay, rook e7. Rook takes. Hope I won't get mated over here. Check, win the bishop. I better don't stalemate him. Okay, I won on time. You can see how close it was once again. Yeah, exciting game. Thanks to AllStar. Thanks for watching as well. The end game is roughly equal. It's always a little bit more pleasant for white, I would say. But then he had this wrong plan here. If he doesn't play bishop b2, maybe he should just play a5. And then it will be difficult for me to get through, to say the very least. I still have a little bit of an edge. I can still maybe at some point prepare rook b1, b4, bring my king first. But it's a long task and long process and not so easy. But then, after bishop b2, here he just missed this idea of bishop h6. If he goes to e8, I have bishop g5, and just everything's falling apart. He cannot protect the pawn on e7 anymore. Okay, I will take another break, and in fact, I will try to set up my computer, my other computer here, my old computer, to see if the live stream will be working better for me, at least, because this is just an ongoing problem here, and I don't like that. So this break will probably take a little bit longer. I hope between 5 and 10 minutes. I'll be quick, but just be patient with me if it takes maybe a little bit longer. All right, I'll be right back. See you then.